Hey guys, I'm really sad because I just filmed like 10 minutes of talking and I didn't hit frickin' record. Oh, as if it's not hard enough to keep up with these damn challenges that I'm doing right now. What's up, fellas? I'm going to start over from the very top. Talk to you guys a little bit about a topic that's always been kind of important to me. How a big fella with bad teeth managed to get by in this world. You might be wondering who that is, and that person is me. When I was first starting out in this world, first starting out in my 20s as a BMX rider. I wasn't exactly the best shaped guy, you know. In high school, for the most part, I was a skinny kid, you know, lanky, rode bikes all the time. My metabolism was through the roof, no worries, ate what I want, did what I want. But after I graduated and started riding full time, like it kept me in decent shape, but I had absolutely no education whatsoever about eating healthy, about fitness, about working out, nothing. Like just like my finances, like nobody taught me that stuff. Through high school, all that stuff, I don't know what it was. Maybe it was a small town thing, but people in my town didn't worry about fitness and working out. Like I don't even think we had a gym in the town that I grew up in because nobody cared. They drank, they ate cheese, and they made babies. You know, that was kind of the one, two, three thing that you did there. So coming out of school, I had no education about that. You know, I got my diploma. I had the basic skills that I guess the system thinks you needed back then, but I was clueless. So I just went out into the world and did my thing and stuck with the same habits that I had developed as a child coming up in a small town. So it was like a subconscious thing. I had to go out of my way to learn about finance. I had to go out of my way to learn about healthy eating and fitness and working out and keeping yourself in shape. Otherwise, I'd be a freaking mess right now. I'd be in poverty, fat as can be, making babies. I don't know. Maybe I'm being too edgy with that shit. But obviously, I wanted to be in the best shape possible for my riding. That was pretty important to me. I wanted to be able to, you know, feel good. That was a big thing. But I also like to party. I like to stay up late, and I drank like a fish. You know, like that was basically my biggest concern is I wanted to have fun because again, as a habit I had developed from high school, that's what I wanted to do. That's was my primary goal was to have fun. It was almost like competing professionally and riding bikes. It was like a tool that allowed me to get that stuff. Does that make sense? You know, it allowed me to continue to have fun because I was doing these things. I was hanging out with these people. I wanted to have more confidence. I wanted to look better. Obviously, I didn't want to be the ugly friend anymore. You know, for the most part, I hung out with a lot of good looking people and I would get looked over by women. Like, we'd go out, we'd go to a party, we'd go to a bar, we'd go something going on with the contest or wherever we might be. And women didn't give a damn about me. They went straight to the good looking guys or straight to the guys that were winning the contest. Like, I was never in that position. But eventually I hit a wall. I had this epiphany that over time I needed to develop some sort of personality. I didn't even really think about, hey, maybe you should lose a few pounds or maybe you should start working out. But I thought, you know what? I'm good at talking or I like to be talking. So why don't I just cultivate that? I spent a lot of time developing a personality, developing some social skills, mainly out of necessity. You know, my buddies were bringing up the this and that. They'd meet this girl or that girl, and I was always the awkward, quiet guy in the corner. So I had to stand out. I had to become funny. I had to become entertaining. Otherwise, I'm getting the bottom of the rung here. So I started, you know, attracting a few different girls because of that, or some people would start paying attention to me. But still, I had bad teeth. Was 5'10", 200 pounds. I guess I had some muscle because our bikes were pretty heavy back then, but for the most part, I was a hefty fella, you know? And it's weird to say that because I never considered myself fat, but I think that was kind of part of the problem is I never really seen it. I saw it in my head, like, psychologically wise, I need to talk. I need to be social. Like, when I should have been thinking, well, do that, but also get your ass into shape. Now you're going to get more girls. You're going to ride bikes better. You're going to feel better. You're going to have more confidence. And it would have been like the all around thing. But it, you know, you live and you learn for the most part. But I was doing okay at contests, you know, but I never was where I wanted to be. Like, had I worked out, had I stayed in shape and watched my eating and stuff like that, there's no telling where I could have been. The biggest thing, like I said, was having the bad teeth. For the most part, when I would go around smiling and with fans or photos or shows or contests that we did, see people would take pictures, these were all chipped right here, like just chipped all to hell. And my smiles were like this. You know, I would look at the camera and smile like this. But now I got these teeth done, and it's like, hey, all day long. Like, obviously they look good. So back then that was a big thing. Like, more than anything, that was the biggest thing I was self-conscious about, was my messed up teeth. Like, I hated showing those things. They were just terrible. So I worked really hard to eventually get some of these puppies that I'm pretty proud of. So honestly, to this day, I had no tattoos, I had bad teeth, and I was 20 some pounds overweight. I don't know how I ever got women, but I did. And I assume it was because I knew how to talk. I knew how to be funny. I knew how to be entertaining. So able to take this personality and combine it with some tattoos, some good teeth, and somewhat of a decent shape. I don't know. I'm more of a dad bod kind of guy. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm not fat. So that's kind of a win for me. But the other thing I really wanted to talk about is, if you're good looking and you happen to be watching this, whether you're male or female or whatever, if you're good looking, you're young, let's just know that you're not going to be good looking forever. You cannot rely on that skill to get you places in life forever. I don't care what age you are, how good you look, eventually, it doesn't matter. You have to develop a personality. If you don't, you're screwed. Like, trust me, I know a lot of people that are really good looking that are now in their 30s, mid 30s, late 30s. They're fucked. They have nothing to lean back on because they're not going to look good much longer if they still got it, So, I don't know. Eventually, I decided, I got to lose a few pounds. I got to do something. So we were on tour. This was probably 6-7 years ago now. We were on a spring tour. I was with two of the prettiest boys on the planet that we were touring with. Good-looking guys, good shape, everything. Like, women loved these guys. So it was cool though, because what we did is we all as a team collectively started changing our habits, that we certain things that we did with our diet. For example, what I personally did is I cut out cheese. I know. I cut out soda. And I was never a big soda drinker, but you'd be surprised how quickly that stuff adds up. And I portioned my meals out a little bit more. So instead of soda, I just drank water. I didn't drink any sugary drinks. No orange juice, no Gatorade, no Red Bull, nothing. Black coffee and water. And then the occasional beer with dinner at night and stuff like that. But I didn't want to give that up. No cheese. For the most part, I replaced my cheese with avocado. And then I portioned out my meal. So I'd get a sandwich at Jimmy John's when we're on the road. I'd eat half of it now, half of it later. And I would just do that with my meal. So instead of eating a lot all at once, I would eat a little bit at a time, more times throughout the day. And honestly, those three things, no cheese, no sugary drinks, and portioned meals, I lost 27 pounds in 3 months. And I didn't do anything different. I didn't work out different. I didn't change my routine. Nothing but those three things. And the weight melted off of me. I remember one time at the bar, this girl says to me, she's like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "Yeah, what's up?" So I hadn't seen you in a couple months. And like, "Are you sick?" And I was like, "Shit." Like, what do you mean am I sick? My face had like, from when she last saw me, I went from being a chipmunk to having some definition in my face. And it was such a shock to her. When you see you leave town for a while, I don't know, many people do, but you leave town for a while and there's a building that was just started and it seems like every day you see it, it's a little bit done, a little bit done. And then you leave town for a few weeks and you come back and holy shit, that was a big difference. That's how I was. I came back after people hadn't seen me for a while after this tour and I'd lost so much weight, they thought I was sick. They thought I had cancer or something. So that's my point, is little things over enough time are going to add up. And I didn't do anything different. Nothing crazy, just a few small little tweaks. And I lost 27 pounds. I didn't know I had 27 pounds to lose. So that was great. And at the same time, I had got my teeth fixed. I started working on my sleeve, my tattoos. And so all of those things were fixed. And I had the social skills to be able to talk to people. And now it was like, man, unstoppable. I'm chilling. I'm great. Life got a little bit better after that. Not that it was ever bad, but it got a little bit easier, a little bit smoother. I started feeling like, man, this is what the pretty boys get to deal with. So, but the guys on my tour at the time, they were great because they were doing the same thing as me. So they held me accountable. I was able to get on it. Big thing about any sort of lifestyle change is to find somebody that's able to hold you accountable, whether they'll do it with you or they'll at least call you out if you're messing up. So At the end of the day, man, I was pretty happy with the results. Again, I didn't realize I had that much to weight to lose, but I went from 201 pounds, 202, 201, down to like 175 in just a few months. And I've maintained right now, I'm like 175, 180, give or take. But again, I still got a dad bod. I don't do my sit ups. I don't do that. I do some push ups. I do some working out. I ride a bunch, but I don't do anything crazy. I don't do any crazy routine. I should, but I don't. So I don't know. I could do more. We all could do more, you know. But in hindsight, there's no telling where I could have went with my riding career. You know, had I been started this when I was 21, 22, I could have been the next Dave Mirra. I could have been that top five guy, but I was dumb. I was young. I was stupid and naive, and I only cared about one thing: women and booze and partying and having a good time. You know, all those things kind of roll up into one. And my vehicle to be able to do that was riding BMX bikes and traveling and touring and going to these contests. But I think at the end of the day, my biggest transformation was these guys right here. It's like women with small boobs. They are really self conscious because they think they need to have big boobs to be noticed or successful or whatever. I don't know. It's some sort of self conscious type of thing, body image, whatever. That's what it was for my teeth, man. When I switched those teeth up, that's when everything else kind of followed and suit. And I would never change that for the world. You know, that was a big one. You know, when you lose weight, you just feel better. When you look better, you feel better. And you kind of snowball off of that. You know, I took my newly transformed self and I had the social skills to back it up. It created a little bit of momentum, and it was amazing what I could do after that. And that's what a lot of these stories are about, are kind of, for the most part, they take place after this transformation that I had, you know. If I didn't do all that, I don't think I'd be where I'm at today, you know, with my MC career, announcing and the gigs and stuff that I do. I don't think I would have ever risen to the level of having enough social skills to talk in front of stadiums of 10,000 or more people. You know, it came slowly, but it came surely. And again, as with everything, it was incremental steps, one day at a time, 1 month at a time, 1 year at a time. And I just kept working at it. So thanks a lot, guys. Hope you got a little value out of that. I appreciate it. Here's a little sneak peek. If anybody's watching this is my little office setup I just set up today. Pretty stoked on that. There's my bedroom, my camera. Don't ask about that. But appreciate you guys watching. If you watched it this far, I don't know who is or who isn't watching this stuff, but I'm just doing it to do it, and I like to talk. So thanks a lot, guys. I'll see you next time.